into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Yeah, good morning everybody and welcome to this impromptu stream. It is 6:33 in the morning, UK time. Gotta say UK time apparently. But yeah, up on screen at the moment is the older Ben Chilwell, set to miss at least the rest of the year with a suspected ACL damage. Chelsea prepared to delay a final decision on whether he can play again. But looking at Ben Dinnery's, Twitter account, it doesn't look good at all. I'll be, fuck me, oops. I'll be making sure that I tune into Ben Dinnery's Premier Injury update later on YouTube to find out exactly what's going on. But he's out, that's without question. And I know that Karma Baby has already tweeted out that he took a minus. What was it again, Karma Baby, you did? Do you know what? Let's have a look. I know for fact Karma Baby tweeted out about... I cannot stand the way this works. He basically tweeted out that Right, I can't find him. That's going to be annoying me now. He said he tweeted out a -4. Maybe I could just fucking bring it up on there. I'm so used to doing members stuff. I just swear constantly. Ooh, can't be doing that. Not allowed to do that. Where's Karma Baby? That's all this stream is going to be. Where's my elephant? 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 Well, thank you. So, Karma Baby saying that, oh, FPL, of course it's FPL _ can't be a, flaming hell, man. Ridiculous, isn't it? Where's my elephant? I'm just going to continue saying that. Where's my elephant? Where's my elephant? Where's my elephant? Where's my elephant? And if I'm annoying people, good. Right, here we are. Crying out loud. Right then, Karma Baby, part of the Rivals League, one of our moderators. Right, may have just lost the plot, taking a -4 to bring in Kane and Regulon for Vardy and Azpilicueta. Oh, that's the wrong tweet. Laughable. I'm getting really annoyed now. Why do people pin tweets? Who cares? No disrespect, Karma Baby. You put it up this morning. I saw it. I cannot stand it. 7 hours ago, he tweeted it out. Right. I thought he put a picture up. I'll do a Basil Faulty. Sorry about this. What? The kind of rubbish we get around here. Right. I wasn't satisfied with my massive red arrow last week, so for the first time in literally years of playing FPL, I decided to make early transfers. A -4 that included bringing in Chilwell, which will soon become a -8 to take out the now Chilwell. You know, people keep banging on and on and on and on about taking early transfers and stuff. Well, I've been doing it all season. I couldn't give a stuff. If I like the look of a player, I'm getting them in. If I feel that I want to bring in a player, I'm getting them in. I've done it on numerous occasions this year, and barring an unfortunate incident which meant that I had to do a -16 / do my free hit, barring that, I have actually had everything paid off. Whereas in this case, for me, I did feel, this is from my point of view, that I had to I had to find out what happened in the Champions League first, then make my decisions on my transfers. And once that decision making was made, it was done. Now we all, about 10 of you watched the members video last night, or whenever it was, and I was pondering on whether to do a -4 or a -8, which involved bringing in Harry Kane. My other debates were, do I bring in Smith Rowe? Do I bring in Harvey Barnes? Do I bring in... who else was it? I can't even remember. Whoever it was. And I said on the stream, I really like the look of Kane in for Ronaldo, Smith Rowe in for Foden, and Trent Alexander-Arnold in for Diaz. Well, I've done it, but the only difference is that I have gone and done it with Chilwell instead. So I've done my -8. Essentially it was just Trent in for Chilwell instead. So I'm happy with it. It's done. We'll see what Kane does. I don't know about the captaincy. I've looked at the history. We'll go through all that malarkey in a minute. The history is extremely tight between Kane and Salah. In fact, it is literally 1 assist in it. That's it. Can you guess who got that 1 assist? Harry Kane. So against their respective opponents, Salah has scored 5 goals against Southampton. Kane has scored 5 goals and got an assist versus Burnley. His record versus Burnley is excellent. Whatever excellent means. And basically, it's a question of now, do I captain Kane or not? I think that going on basic, quote-unquote, simplicity, I could go down 2 routes. I can go down the route of, well, I captain Kane because you took a hit to bring him in. Well, technically no. I actually brought a hit to bring in Trent Alexander-Arnold. That was what it was. I think that John Harris made a point the other day that is Kane worth having, but not necessarily to captain, just to cover the points. I think that's the route I'm going to go down. I think that you can't look past the fixtures that, for instance, in this case, Tottenham have got. Ronaldo, I don't give a stuff about. I called it on whatever day it was I streamed. I don't even know what day it is today, to be honest with you, but I called it with Ronaldo against in the Champions League. I said, he's going to score in that game and they'll probably win. And that's what happened. Against Chelsea, again, we'll get onto it in a minute, but they're not beating Chelsea. I will say, though, if they were to beat Chelsea, I would not be surprised, but they're not beating Chelsea. But for Tottenham, they're away at Burnley, who concede a lot of goals. They're away against Brentford, which are, in the middle, but, concede goals. Norwich, concede goals. I'm happy to have Kane for those 3 things. I think Jason was the one that called it right. He said that bringing in Kane for Ronaldo looks like the good move, which it did. But I couldn't let Trent Alexander-Arnold rise anymore. I can't be paying like 7.9, 8 million for him. Forget it. So I'd rather just get him in. And I'd already planned this 2 weeks ago. The only difference is that I was getting rid of Gallagher for Trent. Gallagher instead. But the tables have turned, and I just think, you know what? I don't care. Jason made a very, very interesting point about myself, for instance, which is, I can now play it relatively safe this game, have the odd differential here or there, which will allow me to build up the points on my rivals. Now, it ain't going to be getting me into the likes of the individuals that are top of the Rivals League, the likes of Coolio Two-Foots, Stex, Alan, aka Lino. We've got Sniper King, thanks to Gabriel DeRop. Mind telling me who that was. You've got John Harris, Sultan Saeed, Nick Treadwell, George Bailey, Phelan, Robert Jones, Zaid. I want to say Wayne Dean's in there, FPL Seb, JC, there's FPL Maestro. These guys are, they're way ahead of myself, Jason, and various others that are, okay at the game. But they, in the world of chess, have got the upper hand, essentially, because they've already got the players that I'm bringing in. Now, I always remember what J&O said a while back, and if J&O's watching this, I nearly swore then, fair play to you, you're doing really, really well this season, and I'm glad for you, because as patronising as it sounds, when I was listening to you on the podcast regarding FPL surgery and everything, you were making some really, really valid points regarding, all these people are saying that they need to catch up and stuff, and they're bringing them in the most ridiculous differentials and captain them. It's like, don't worry about that. Just bring in the players which are performing well. Whether hundreds of millions of people have got them or not, don't worry about it. Just bring them in. You will slowly rise. That's all I'm doing for me personally. But with these guys, they've already got the players that I'm kind of wanting to bring in. However, from my personal perspective now, I'm liking the look of my team. I'm actually now like, yeah, not bad, Steve-O. Guaita in goal, fine. Gets the save points, can potentially get the odd clean sheet here or there. Cancelo Diaz, don't need to worry about. Reece James, he's a freak. He's fucking He's scoring goals for fun. Captain him this week. Just captain him. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Another one. Had his rest last night. In fact, that's why I did the move this morning at, I think it was like, do you know what, I can't even remember what time it was. Let's have a look. What time did I do that transfer this morning? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, there it is. 03:34 in the morning. I did those transfers. Because I saw he didn't play. Right, get him in. Cornet, main attacker for Burnley, on form. He is the Jack. Well, not literally, but he's the Jack Grealish of Burnley. And what I mean by that is, he's a big fish in a small pond. Just give him the ball, and he'll do something with it. Hence why we're looking confident at the moment. Smith Rowe, easy fixture. I've already mentioned on the stream the other day that basically that Newcastle are rubbish away from home, Arsenal are good at home. There have been 2 occasions where Smith Rowe has got a double-digit return, both of them at home, so I'll happily, for 5.9 million, I can't go wrong. Plus, quite a few of my rivals have got him. Get him in. You know, I apologise who it was. I can't remember who it was, but someone said Harvey Barnes is a trap. Yeah, forget it. I don't need to worry about Leicester. Just don't worry about it, Steve-O. Just go with the safety net. Fine, I'll do it. So Smith Rowe's there. Salah, whatever. Gallagher, another one. A lot of the rivals in there have got him. I'd rather just try and get him in there to play as often as possible. Because I've got that backup in Antonio. He ain't playing this week, as in for my team. West Ham are going to do nothing against Man City. Can they score against them? Well, they can. They won't. And then you've got Jimenez, who's hit a bit of form. By all accounts, he's looking good. And I'll have him. Norwich away, Burnley away. What do I need to get rid of him for? I'll probably get rid of him in for Liverpool. He's got Liverpool, Man City, Brighton, Chelsea. Forget it, he's gone. But at the moment, he's not a fire. He's not a fire problem. Harry Kane, as I've already mentioned, he's got the fixtures. I'll happily just deal with it. Like I say, Ronaldo's fixtures, Man United at the moment, we don't need to go into about them because all I know is that they're absolute pants. What will they do underneath? Is it Carrick and Fletcher? No one knows. So I'd just rather just getting Kane now. Whereas when I look at the likes of, I'm going to apologise right now. I'm not going to bring it up on screen because I'll be here all day. It drives me up the wall having to go back and forth from about 50 different screens. But when I look at Jason's team as an example, just as a simple example, he may have some problems. I don't know for fact, but so Chilwell isn't playing. He's got no Chilwell, so he can play Rafinha. The problem is, in fact, I can bring up Jason's team because it's easy to find. So where is it here? Jason's team. Tommy Leeds. There we are. Done. This is Jason's team here. And basically, obviously Chilwell's the problem. That's fine. But look at his defence. Livramento, Cancelo, Loughton. Horrific. So either Jason's going to go down that route of Alonso, or he's going to get someone else in. I don't know. I don't know how much money he's got in the bank, actually. Let's just have a quick look at Jason. Money in the bank, 0. Well, 0.3. Fernandes, of course, gets his assist in the Champions League. Surprise, surprise. You've then got Rafinha, great move. I was tempted by it. Was either Rafinha, Smith Rowe, or Harvey Barnes for me, and I just went with Smith Rowe because of the fixture. That's all it was. Plus the fact that we don't know whether he's got you know what, so I'm not going to risk bringing in a player and then, oh, by the way, he's not going to be playing this week. Right, fine. Salah, Son's a brilliant option this game week. Really good option this game week for captaincy. and then Antonio and Jesus. Jesus, of course, again, gets his goals, or whatever he did in the Champions League the other day. So Jason's in a bit of a mire at the moment. He's got some problems there. He's got some major fires. The likes of, like I said, Chilwell, Loughton, Fernandes, potentially Rafinha. And like other issues would be the likes of Antonio, not done much recently, terrible fixtures upcoming. I mean, he's pretty much fixture proven away, but as of late, he's not done much. So Jason's got some problems. And I was looking at Lino's team as well. He's doing really, really well at the moment. Third in the Rivals League, only a few points off top spot. He's 18,000th in the world. It's the same as me, Chilwell and Foden. I was thinking Foden's on his last legs anyway for me. I don't even know, well, I do know why I got him in, but you know what? I'll take the hit. Whatever, if he does something, if he plays against West Ham, which I'm assuming he will, depending on what the injury status is, but I don't think it's going to be anything serious. I think it's more of a precautionary one. So he'll probably play against West Ham. If he does something, guess what, everybody? Put 50p, anytime assist. £1 on a goal anytime. Couldn't care less. You know, so I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with my team, the way it's going. And I think also as well, like I say, I do pride, but I may be doing rubbish at the score predictor game, but I do pride myself on the way I kind of predict how the game weeks will go. And this specific game week, I'm seeing goals. I'm seeing lots of goals this game week. Well, actually, I tell a lie. You know, I've only got one team scoring more than 2 goals. But I can see lots of teams scoring. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that it's going to be 4s or 5s in there. But I can see, like, I'm not seeing too many clean sheets. And even then, the clean sheets, I think, are in the low-scoring games. So I think that for me, the games that are going to be containing the goals, I think the popular FPL players are going to get the points. I think this is the kind of game week where I think the FPL players are going to get the points. I've got as well Jamie Vardy as best captaincy this week as well. He's got an excellent record against Watford, really good record. You know, he's got 4 goals. Admittedly, he didn't score in the last one, but he's literally bookended 2 blanks, and then in the middle he's got his 4 goals. So anybody with Jamie Vardy, but again, he was a potential transfer for me. I'm doing a David Brent there, to be honest with you. That's my Radox. Yeah. But I've got him down. Goal, anytime assist. That's done. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game week this week, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun because, as I saw FPL Penguin tweet out yesterday, I think it was, guess what? Quick turnaround, because we got the midweek. We've got the midweek fixtures. Fantastic. And for me, I don't need to make a transfer unless there's an injury. So hopefully I'll have 2 free transfers for game week 15. And you know, I've got the likes of, for the following game week, like I said, Harry Kane up against Brentford. The Salah captain, could I captain Harry Kane against Brentford rather than Salah versus Everton? I don't know, because Salah's just in the form of his life. Man City, I've got the 2 defenders there. Aston Villa aren't going to score against Man City. West Ham up against Brighton, great fixture for Antonio. Wolves at home to Burnley. Whew. Chelsea away at Watford. Is Lukaku on the radar now? Is he fit? I don't know. Werner coming into play. Is he an option? It's a really exciting time, this particular game week. But yeah, I'm just I'm glad I've taken this hit. I'm happy with it, which is the main thing. I'm happy I've done it. And yeah, essentially it's just bring on. We've only got 2 days. Well, 2 and a bit days. We'll wait and see what Tottenham do, but they're up against Mura, whoever they are. And let's just look at whoscored.com, because they're normally very good at predicting European games. And but of course, they're in the different league, aren't they? I keep forgetting that. So I'm going to have to go on a different menu to check. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So they're not even in... I don't understand. They're not in the main... whatever. Conference, isn't it called or something? Oh, they don't even have a preview for it. Oh, well. They don't even have a preview for it. Oh, here we are. So, they actually do have the menu for it, but they haven't got no preview. Damn. Well... Tottenham will be putting out a relatively weakened team. I do expect Kane to play. I really do, but I'm thinking 2, 3 goals for Tottenham tonight. Again, I know nothing about this team that they're playing, but you'd like to think Tottenham are going to score a few goals, get a bit of confidence, and then on Sunday afternoon, it's going to be a tough fixture against us, but I think that they're going to, because we can't defend. Because we can't defend, they're going to score some goals. So, but yeah. Anyway, just quickly say hello to a few people that are watching us here. Good morning. Morning, Davey. How's the Super Brew? I don't even play Super Brew, Davey. Mate, I could barely play. I've barely got enough time to play the Elite FPL one, let alone anything else. So, but I can tell you now that Lino is nuts. So Lino's essentially a professional gambler, essentially. And just to give you an idea, Davey, if you're still here, of how Lino's doing once Discord loads up for me, he is having an incredible season. So he usually... There we are. I am 5th in the world. 5th in the world for Super Brew's Champions League. And he's 2nd in the UK. That was of 3 weeks ago. 2nd of the 11th. So 2nd of November, Lino was 5th in the world and 2nd in the UK. He, where is he here? Where is it here? Oh, he hasn't got the Premier League one. That's a shame. I know he sent me something, but he's just basically Lino's a freak of nature when it comes to predicting. Like, it is ridiculous. As people will know in... Oh, hold on a minute. Right, so from the 5th of November, in the Champions League, he's 6th in the world, but 1st in the UK. That is ludicrous. And I'm assuming he's done a mistype here. He's got to have done a mistype here. But I think for the Premier League, 55th in the world and 2nd in the UK. But he makes the point here. I mean, admittedly, that was on the 5th of November. But yeah, just like I say, he's a freak when it comes to predicting. He does, Davey. He does. Yeah. He, like I say, he's a professional gambler. He spends a lot of time with the horses, and he is. Yeah, I'm not saying he's winning hundreds of thousands, but let's just put it this way: when I do my fantasy football bets, I'm 50% down, 50-60% down. Oh, sorry, 50% down on my bets. Whereas I think Lino's probably 10 or 20% up. What no graphics? Was tempted with Mane, but not with the African Cup of Nations. Yeah, although I see the goal was ruled out there. Cunha 2 Foots. Good morning, pal. Hello, Harbour Boy. Joe Stang saying not getting rid of Cornet was a good move. Now I think it would have been bad. PK7 morning pal saying ESR Emil Smith Rowe. Nice move. I brought him in as well. Yeah, I think for 5.9 go for it. Vince, hello Vince. We'll get on to in fact let's just get on with our predictions. Let's just get on with our predictions, shall we? And yeah, that's true, Vince. Maybe Burnley can't defend, but Spurs can't score. No, but the problem is that Spurs like to attack, and I'd like to think that some of their chances will probably go in. But we'll just quickly get on with the score predictions. Like I said, I've got the history. The history is great. The history is great for this game week, and also the form. Form is pretty cool as well. So we'll quickly go through it, but we start with Arsenal versus Newcastle. Obviously Arsenal with their standard weekly break. Is that meaning the reason why they're doing so well? Obviously coming off the back of that devastating 4-0 loss, and at the end of the day Arsenal looked terrible, but they're up against a Newcastle team who are going to be pretty open, I think, against Arsenal. I think Arsenal are going to take advantage. In fact, I'll tell you what, if you are an Aubameyang owner, I think Aubameyang could be a great shout as a differential. If you're looking for someone to bring in, like if you've got one transfer to burn and you think, do you know what, I've got enough money to bring in Aubameyang against Newcastle, I think there's nothing you could do worse. Newcastle are too susceptible to goals at the moment, and once again it's the classic line from me that I think that I have this feeling Newcastle will score though, because I don't know why, but Newcastle seem to be able to score goals. So I have given them a goal, but if Arsenal were to win to a clean sheet again, I would not be surprised whatsoever. But it's not going to be high scoring. Arsenal aren't going to score 3 or 4. I think at most they score 2. That's why I've gone with 2-1. The form is suggesting 2-0. And the history is suggesting 2-0. Arsenal have won 6 out of 6 versus Newcastle. All of them to 0. 3 of them being 2-0. So Ramsdale owners out there, you know, you're probably going to get a clean sheet here. Crypto is saying 3-1 to Arsenal. You're expecting Arsenal to score that many? Vince saying Eddie Howe never was good at keeping clean sheets. No, precisely, although he's not even on the touchline. Oh yeah, by the way, I've got a poll. I've got a poll up. Who your captain this week? Is it Salah? Is it Salah? Is it Salah? Or is it someone else? Well, guess what, everybody? Everybody's voting for someone else. Yeah, Salah, of course. Of course they bloody are. So moving on to the free scoring. Crystal Palace up against Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa. I think this is actually going to be a really tight game. I think personally, I think Steven Gerrard is going to, for the first few game weeks, maybe first 5 to 6 games, try and stop this rot of not being able to win games and stop this rot of losing games, essentially. And I think he's just going to, for now, just go in there, set up to defend, and if they can, hit Crystal Palace on the counter-attack. They've got the quality of player. Again, I didn't watch the game. I don't proclaim to be anybody that watches any of these games. I'm just going on what potentially the mentality could be. Now, I know they got 2 goals against whoever it was last week. Brighton, wasn't it? But that was like at the death. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I'm personally going to be predicting 1-1. However, like I say, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa have got players that can score. I was tempted by 2-2 again. But no, I think that this game's going to be pretty tight. I think they're just going to both cancel each other out. I'm going to go 1-1 in this particular fixture. Vince saying that you're expecting 3-0 to Palace. Forget it. Crypto saying 2-2. Yeah, like I say, I think that it's going to be low scoring, but just the fact that Crystal Palace seem to like a good old high scoring draw. You know, if it was to end 2-2 or something, it wouldn't surprise me. But I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go 1-1. I mean, here we go. Is it the standard scoreline for Liverpool? It's Salah versus Southampton, and it's going to be Salah 2, Southampton 0. Liverpool at the moment are looking unstoppable. In fact, they are the team of the teams that I've watched this year. I mean, I'm stating the flaming obvious, but Liverpool are fantastic to watch. Really, really enjoying the way they're playing. It is quite literally just attack, 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 and it's great. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really difficult for Liverpool, because let's be honest here, Southampton are no mugs. They're not going to be letting in 4 or 5. But I think with the quality that Liverpool have got, I think that Southampton are going to find it a struggle to make any chances. There's always a possibility against Liverpool to score goals. We've seen it many, many a time. I just don't think that Southampton have got the attackers to put the ball in the back of the net. You know, it's the classic line from me. Would it surprise me if Southampton did actually score? No, because like I said, Liverpool, they seem to be lucky to get this clean sheet. You see last night in the Porto game, that opportunity from that particular player puts it slightly wide. You're thinking, how did you not even get it on target? You know, I always use the Burnley game as an example. We had several chances to score, still missed. Couldn't even get it on target. But yeah, I'm just going with a standard 2-0, you know, 1-0, something like that. But, I mean, you got a couple of people here saying 3-0. Vince and Crypto saying 3-0. Just to let you know Salah's record against Liverpool. Oh yeah, I didn't see the history. Sorry, I should have told you the history, shouldn't I? I didn't even tell you the history for Crystal Palace. So, I'm saying 1-1. The form for Crystal Palace is saying 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Possibly even 2-0. The history is saying 2-0 to Crystal Palace. And interestingly enough, in the 6 fixtures between these two, the away team has not won. In fact, every time these teams are played, it's always been a home win. And there have been 4 clean sheets. So, essentially, possibility that there could be a win for Crystal Palace and to a clean sheet. And with Liverpool versus Southampton, I'm saying 2-0. The form is saying 2-0. The history is saying 3-0. Liverpool have won 4 out of the last 6. 3 of them at home, being 2-0. And on 3 occasions, there's been 3+ goals scored. So, Liverpool like to play Southampton, basically. But at the moment, Liverpool are conceding goals at home. Like, that's what I mean about Southampton possibly scoring, but again, they've got to take their chances. Norwich Wolves, terrible, terrible game. It'd be the worst game of the game week, and I'm just going to call it now 1-0 to Wolves. Wolves defensively are fantastic and can always get that one opportunity to score. Norwich, on the other hand, forget it, they're useless. I'm saying 1-0 to Wolves. The form is saying 1-0 to Wolves. The history, though, is saying 2-1 to Wolves. Wolves are unbeaten in the last 4. They've won 3, drawn 1, but have only kept 2 clean sheets against Norwich. Intriguing match. Brighton Leeds. Really intriguing match for me. I think this is probably the hardest game to call of the weekend. Really, really tough. Brighton, they just can't seem to, I don't know, they just can't seem to put the ball in the back of the net. Leeds, on the other hand, we all know how they play. This is really, really tough for me. But I'm thinking that basically that they're just going to cancel each other out. I'm going to go with Lino's prediction here, which is, if you can't call it, go with 1-1. Now, admittedly, I've written down 2-1 here to Brighton, only because Brighton do get a lot of opportunities. They just can't put the ball in the back of the net. Leeds, on the other hand, when they were playing Tottenham, they were white. I mean, they played really, really well. If Tottenham could have taken their chances, it could have been a different story. They didn't, and Leeds, were unfortunate to lose that game. But I just think Brighton are a different kettle of fish here, and I think that they could edge it. But 1-1, 2-1, either way, something like that. The history is saying 2-0 to Brighton. The form, though, is saying 2-1 to Leeds, interestingly enough. 5 times Brighton have beaten Leeds. 4 of them to 0. And on 4 occasions, Brighton have scored 2 or more goals. Crypto there saying 2-1 to Leeds, interestingly. Squeaky's play saying Brighton 1-1. March is saying 1-1. So yeah, interesting there. A couple of people saying about March saying 1-1. Wolves Norwich. Crypto saying 1-1. Yeah, it's not going to be any interest. Then on to Sunday's games. I mean, why do Sky Sports have to flame and have Brentford versus Everton as the match? I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand from Brentford's point of view, on Sky, in the Premier League, on Sky, great. But this game is going to be absolutely dire. I'm thinking 0-0, 1-0 Brentford, maybe 1-0 Everton, 1-1. Absolute tripe. I've gone 1-1. The form is saying 1-1. There's no history between these two apart from in 2010. They played out a 1-1. So, not expecting many goals. Iron Nick, morning pal. Crypto saying 2-0 to Brentford. Squeaky plays 2-1 to Brentford. Yeah, it's going to be pants. Burnley Spurs, like I say. Ironically, James on Planet FPL was the one that tweeted this out. So, that's the only reason why I knew this. But Tarkowski and Westwood are suspended for this game. It's a big loss, that is. Very big loss. And we're going to be setting up with either Dyche is going to go with a 4-5-1, just compact and hit on the break, or just do as he normally does, 4-4-2. I think he's going to go with a 4-5-1 and frustrate Spurs. I'm still thinking, though, that Spurs are going to actually get back on track with this game and beat us quite comfortably. However, I do expect us to score. We always do get the odd opportunity here or there, and when we do, we can take them. I think Cornet has really brought some confidence, real confidence to this team, attacking wise. And I think that once Dyche realised that, you've got the likes of McNeil, Cornet in that team where it's just like, just give him the ball. Once he realises this, I think at this point, it's a case of, right, let's sort out the rest of the team and make sure they're defensively sound. Build around McNeil and Cornet and probably Chris Wood. And the rest of it sorts itself out. But I do think that Spurs are going to nitpick this. I think personally it's going to be, the way we've been playing recently is going to be very, very open. And I'm expecting Spurs to score 3. I've gone 3-1. But this is one of those times where I think to myself, or say to myself, if Spurs are still not taking their opportunities against us, then they've got problems. We're the ideal team to be playing, I think, personally, with the way we're playing at the moment. We're ideal. That's why I think this could be an open game. But the form is saying... so I'm saying 3-1. The form is saying 2-1 to Spurs. So the history's going 1-0. The last two Tottenham wins away from home. The last two were 1-0. And 4 times on each occasion away from home, the away team have only scored 1 goal. So Tottenham have only scored 1 goal against Burnley each time away from home. However, as I said at the start of the stream, Harry Kane's record against Burnley is excellent. He's played them 5 times out of the last 6. He's blanked once. And coincidentally, that was the last time they played each other. But prior to that, he's got 5 goals and 1 assist. So anybody have Harry Kane in their team, or Son, or Reguilon, I think you could be reaping the rewards this particular game week. I think if it was at White Hart Lane, I think that it could be 4 or 5. Because Burnley, we can't seem to play these big teams. We always seem to get battered by these big teams away from home. But yeah, I'm pretty dejected with the way this game could go. But whatever, I'm going 3-1. I think the next game is going to tell us more about Leicester than it is against Watford. I think this is a game where Leicester should come back to winning ways. Just a quick one here. Treadwell saying, Burnley game seems to have a lot of goals recently. 2-2. Vince saying 2-1 to Burnley. Squeaky Play saying 1-0 Spurs. Denver saying 1-0 Burnley. Wow. But yeah, this game's interesting. Leicester completely out of form at the moment. It's just all over the place, their results. Watford, on the other hand, again, beat Man United 4-1 comfortably. By all accounts, very comfortable. But then again, it says more about the opposition than it does about Watford, in my opinion. Of late, Watford's results: loss, 1, loss, 1, loss, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, Vince, what's that reference? So, and interestingly enough, funny enough, in their last 6 fixtures, twice there have been 5 goals scored. Watford 0, Liverpool 5, and then coincidentally Everton 2, Watford 5. It was then followed up by 2 1-0s, and then Watford went on to win 4-1 against Man United, and then there was another, weirdly, a 1-0 as well. So there's been, in the last 6, 3 1-0s, all of them to the opposition. So Arsenal 1-0, Watford 0, Southampton 1, Leeds 1, Watford 0. And then kind of like all over the place here, you've got 2 5-goal games, and then Watford scoring 4. So the way that's going at the moment is probably going to be 4-1 to Leicester. Or 4-2 to Leicester, or something like that. Or 4-1 even to Watford, or 4-2 to Watford, but certainly more in favour of Leicester. So, I mean, I personally think that this is a game that Leicester should take advantage of. Jamie Vardy, I think, is an excellent captaincy pick. Well, certainly if you own him, I think you should be confident, to be honest with you. Although, to be fair, their results of late have not been great. Last 6, they beat Brentford 2-1. They drew 2-2 with Brighton in the League Cup. Then they lose 2-0 to Arsenal. They draw 1-1 with Spartak Moscow, 1-1 with Leeds. And they've got a game tonight against Liège Warsaw. But they're up against Chelsea. I think this is going to be tight. But I think that Leicester should be coming out on this on top. This is, like I said, this is the game that Leicester should be winning. Keyword being should be. Hence why I'm going 2-1. The form is suggesting 2-1. The history, they're saying 2-0. History saying 2-0. The home team have won on each occasion. Every time it's been a home team, they've won. There's been 1-1-1, and there's been 3 2-0 victories for Leicester at home. So, a March saying 2-1 Leicester, Crypto 2-1 Leicester. So yeah, I think that I think we're all kind of in agreement there that Leicester's got a very good chance of should be coming out on top, but again, based on their recent form. This is the interesting one. Man City versus West Ham. Man City, a team which just pass the ball to death and then try and find that key pass to split the West Ham or whatever opposition they're playing defence. And that's all that's going to happen here. Now, if West Ham play the way they have done every time I've watched them, which is try and get a goal as quickly as possible and sit back, yeah. In fact, I'm going to have to write that down, aren't I? Antonio, goal or assist anytime. I've not thought about that because I'll be benching him. Antonio, goal, assist. There we are. So yeah, they could get that early goal. But I do think that Man City will just do a professional job. I really do. 1-0, 2-0. I don't see West Ham scoring. If you're not scoring against Wolves, you've got problems. So I'm going 2-0. The current form at the moment, though, the form is saying 1-0 to Man City. The history is saying 2-0 to Man City. Man City have won 4 out of the last 6, and they've kept 3 clean sheets. So, yeah, I'm not expecting this to be an intro. I mean, Vince saying a boring 2-0. Denver 4-2 City. I think you're mad, mate. Crypto 2-0. Sterling and Silva to be in there. Squeaky Play saying 3-2 to West. 3-2 to West Ham. Can't see it myself. Man City defensively are just too solid. Then on to the big one. This is going to be fantastic, this game. I'm so glad that I'm able to watch this. This is going to be friggin' brilliant. Chelsea Man United. Chelsea come in the back of that. Wow. 4-0. I mean, I always make this point that Chelsea find it hard to come by goals, and I suppose what I mean is it's their strike force, their attacking midfield. Just nobody scores from them other than their defensive players. I think this is going to be a brilliant game. I think that Man United are going to score. They're just going to, aren't they? I think that it's the usual story when a new manager comes into play. Again, I don't know what they did differently in the Champions League, but Vince, you're a Man United fan, let us know. But I do expect Man United to score. Hence why I've got Ronaldo anytime goal or anytime assist. Happily put that down. But yeah, I think that Chelsea are going to come out on top, though. At the moment, they are a machine. They're washing aside anybody. In fact, if you don't know, they've scored at home. They've scored 17 goals in the Premier League and conceded 3. Let me just double check that, but I am 99% certain that that is the case. They are ridiculous at home. Let's have a look here. Yeah, 17 goals for, 3 against, 1 for, drawn 1, lost 1. That's why I think Chelsea should come out of this pretty easily. The form is suggesting 3-1. Because Man United can score, but they also concede. History, though, on the other hand, saying 0-0. The last 2 have ended 0-0 in this particular fixture. But then again, we all know how Solskjaer's set up. However, Man United have actually won 3 out of the last 6, 2 of them being away from home. So, who knows? What's that there about Carrick? Carrick is an old manager and has been a coach since Joe, saying nothing has changed. We're going to get battered. I don't support United anymore. Fair enough. Denver saying 2-2 draw, counter-attacks. I'll take a 1-1. Pochettino in and we go on a winning run. Yeah, not a talk about. Apparently Pochettino is pretty much done. Pretty much done, apparently. Tim Lee, straight away. How's your season going? Fine. I don't even know where I'm ranked. But so long as I'm doing okay in the Rivals League and doing okay in Torbay Elite, I'm flaming happy, is the main thing. I think I'm like 400,000th or something like that. I can't even remember now. I generally can't remember. To be honest, like I said, I only care about the mini leagues, the 2 specific mini leagues, and I just want to focus on them. But look, like I said, I did reference the Rivals League. Let's just quickly look at top spot. This is Coolio 2-foots, and he's looking good. Okay, he's missed out on Chilwell this game week, but I don't think this upcoming game week, I don't think he'll care. Diaz comes in. He can play that exact same team. The only difference is that he's got Declan Rice. Now, I think that what Coolio will do is just do the safety. I think he'll probably get an Alonso. That's what I think Coolio 2-foots does. I think that he gets in Alonso and I say plays it safe. It's not safe, but it's certainly a move which makes sense. I don't know how much money he's got in the bank though. Let's just quickly check. Oh wow, bloody hell. He's got 2.4 in the bank. So let's just say, for argument's sake, Diaz in for Rice. He can't play a 3-4-3, so Coolio 2-foots he's going to get rid of Chilwell and he has to upgrade one of his midfielders. The question is to who? I'm not getting rid of Buemo as of yet because they've got Everton. I'd be keeping Buemo. So it's upgrading Declan. Well, either Billy Gilmour, he upgrades. He's 4.4, so that gives him 6 point something. Or Declan Rice, who's 5, that gives him 7. That's if he wants to upgrade his midfielder. Interesting. Very, very interesting scenario for Coolio 2-foots there. I'm really interested to see what he does. You got the likes of John Harris, who's 5th in this particular mini league. And he is doing really well. He's one of the, what I call, like, Coolio 2-foots is the form manager at the moment. And then you got John Harris. He's really in good form at the moment. Look at his team set up. Fantastic. Now, yeah, he's got Chilwell. I don't think that matters. because he's got the players to come in to cover. John doesn't have to panic. Again, we got that midweek fixtures, so Smith Rowe comes in for Chilwell. Done. That's all he has to do. Leave it. John, I know you're a regular listener. I think that that's what your move's going to be. Jimenez, Antonio, Tony. There's no panic. There's no rush. You can just go, do you know what? Let's just take this week. You've got 1.2 in the bank. I can't see you getting rid of Tony or Jimenez. Antonio, could you upgrade to somebody? Not really. There's no point in getting rid of Son. No point whatsoever. Chilwell, it's completely up to you whether you do the straight swap to Alonso or another Chelsea defender, or it's a case of just leave it and then have 2 free. Well, I don't even know how many transfers you've got. Yeah, you've got. We'll leave it for 2 free transfers for game week 14. He's the informed player at the moment, so I'm very interested to see what these moves are. So fascinating. Fozzie, you missed my office references earlier. I'll just do it again because I keep doing this. I'll be chatting to the screen. I'll just go. That's my Radox. So. Do you not know? Everybody's saying getting an Alonso. What if he don't play? What if Alonso doesn't even play? What if Tuchel goes, you know what? You're a liability. Not interested. Don't care. Not interested. Next. He was rubbish at the end of the day. Crying out loud. So who's 26th in the Rivals League? Who's this? Gravy Dave. Let's have a look at your team. Gravy Dave's 26th. Gravy. Or Dave. Dave. Flaming out. It's 22. There he is. Is that Gravy Dave? Hey! You're playing catch up. To be fair, having a look at your team here. Oh, you got Mendy. Great shout. You'll be playing, I'm assuming, Jesus ahead of Livramento this week. So it'll be a 3. Oh, hold on a minute. Ooh, you're in a bit of a pickle gravy. No, yeah, 3-4-3. What am I talking about? So Jesus in for Livramento. You're set up perfectly. I think that you essentially, a lot of teams are kind of like set up really well for this game week without having to make any transfers. Like you, Dave Grave. I think you're set up fine. Don't need to do anything. So Jesus will come in for Livramento. Play your 3-4-3, always the same. And then good to go. I think this is my point with what I'm saying about the Rivals League, is that there's a lot of people set up really, really well where they don't really have to take transfers. I think the only one who is going to be struggling is Lino. Lino's got a very, very, very similar team to me. In fact, I keep saying this, but despite the fact that Lino is like 400,000 points ahead of me in the predictor game. Not literally, but you know what I mean. A lot of his predictions are very similar to mine. Like, frighteningly similar. And as Karma Baby said, I think it's just his player predictions that he's getting spot on. I'm not going to take away anything from him. This guy fucking knows his stuff. Oops. But yeah, if I bring up Lino's team, who's third. Okay, Rafinha comes in for Foden. But you've got Livramento up against Liverpool. I mean, you could play him, yeah, why not? Yeah, Lino's got. I think Lino will probably do the safety move again. So I think that the Chilwell to Alonso. Like I said, I think he'll play safe. Lino will. And I think that he doesn't. It's like me. Well, I say like me. Just sorting my team out slowly but surely. Like I said, I'm really happy with my team now. And Lino at the moment has got nothing, literally nothing in the bank. So I think the move is going to be Alonso. I think that's all it's going to be. But I'll tell you what, if Rafinha is ruled out, Lino has got problems. The rest of his team's looking, for this specific game week, the rest of his team's looking good. But if Rafinha's out and Foden ain't ready, but I do expect Foden to play, then I think Lino's got some problems. FPL Aussie saying, how many points are you ahead of Jason? I think it's something like 40. And I don't know what the ranks are. I don't have a clue. Like I said, I couldn't care less. Yeah, Vince saying, well, we're nearly at Christmas now, so why not Christmas treat? Gravy Dave is saying, King in for Jesus. Nah, man. Not when you've got other problems. Not when you've got other problems. Like I say, I mean, I'm a hypocrite to be giving people like yourself advice when you're flaming 40 places ahead of me. No, you're not. You're 25 places ahead of me, sorry. 25 places ahead of me. And at the end of the day, I just think for people like yourself, it's just play. It's like when I give advice to Jason, I genuinely give him advice. I'm being absolutely genuinely serious. Like, yeah, our rival is for real, but at the end of the day, like, ironically, it's like when I said on Nick Triggerlips's video and some Muppet wrote whatever they said, and I just wrote back, well, thank God it's not your team. And it's the same for me. It's like we all like giving out, I don't know what it is, we all like giving out advice for our rivals, but genuinely, like I say, if I bring up Jason's team here, I think there's a high chance that he does go all out and think, stuff it, I'm taking a massive hit to get in X, Y and Z players. Because he's definitely got no Chilwell. Then he's got Livramento and Loughton as starting defenders, let alone subs. Rafinha, let's just say for argument's sake, Rafinha's fine. Well, he's only got 10 players this week. He's only got 10 players. Now, I have a feeling that he's probably going to do the old Chilwell to Alonso or something like that. But he's already mentioned that he's wanting to get in Trent. He's already mentioned it. And this is what I mean about I love the analogy that Jace gave regarding chess. It's a chess game. And Jason is really far behind on this. Regarding this chess game, the guys in the, without wanting to repeat myself, I have to, the guys in the Rivals League at the moment that are really doing outstandingly well, they've already got their positions in place. They just need to do the basics. Like Gravy Dave here, don't get rid of Jesus, just keep him. Just keep Jesus. At least you've got a substitute to come on if he doesn't play. But you don't need to be getting rid of him. So I think that's the game to play. But Jason, on the other hand, this team here is there's fires everywhere. So I think that it's going to be fascinating to see what he does. We will be going live tomorrow. So the psychology of FPL's below, giving those way ahead serious advice is a thing of beauty, meaning everyone thinks they know best. Yeah. Benteke in for Jesus. FPL Aussie is saying, Benteke. It's pretty. It's just fascinating. And I mean, if I look at Cy Bellamy's team, you know, I've got this battle with Cy. I love it. You know, this battle with Cy is fascinating because He gets Rudiger off the bench with 14 points last game week. I got Gallagher. There's only a couple of points. Well, I think it's like 7 points between us. And this is Sai's team. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And Sai is somebody that likes to take the odd risk here or there regarding captaincy. He will, he'll go out with wearing Captain Vardy, for argument's sake. Yeah, there's 3 points. Well, now that's moved. That's 11 points between me and Sai. But I'm still, in the Tour Elite, I'm still 2 points ahead of 6th. So I've kind of like, and also, talking of which, in the Tour Elite. So this is when I kind of like, you know what, I like looking at the other teams. So Dan Endicott, his differentials on me are, I can't believe he's got these players, but Chalobah, okay, he's got McCarthy in goal. So that's one differential. Chalobah, Rudiger, Cody, White. So that's 5 differentials on me straight away, all in defence. Gallagher, Smith Rowe, well, I've got them in. Salah, got in. He's then got Vardy, Kane and Hwang. Vardy could do really well this week. He really could. And that's why Sai, for instance, here, up on screen, Foster coming through with that assist gets stuffed. But Rafinha's going to come in for Livramento, so he can play a 3... Wait a minute. So he can play a 3-4-3. Sai doesn't have to do anything, but he's going to play Smith Rowe ahead of Buemo. Probably. It'd be I have a feeling he may. See, this is when the whole like, could Sai actually bring in Kane for Ronaldo? See, this is the move that's, again, this is when it's advising a rival. But if I'm in Sai's shoes, it's Ronaldo out for Kane. Done. That's it. That's all Sai needs to do with his team. Because Sai's got an excellent team. Laporte, James, Rudiger as a back 3. Rafinha, Smith Rowe, Salah and Jota as your midfield 4. And then Tony, Vardy and Ronaldo/Kane. This is when the enjoyment of the game comes into it. Like I'm not gonna lie. Last couple of seasons on here, I essentially need to, have a kick at the backside. So I think that basically, piss off. I think that really the last few seasons have been terrible for me. I'm not going to lie. They've been awful. I think they've been awful. And I have not really enjoyed playing. Now, without going down, well, your luck's not been in. And as Jason makes the point 1,000 times, things have not gone my way. And as people that watch the show, they know that things just don't go for me whatsoever. But this is the first time in a couple of seasons where it's like, finally, I can actually, start just enjoying the game just for what it is. I think once you're in that kind of mindset, I think it's like cool and everything. I've said on many a members video, and this is the truth, that at the moment as it stands, Jason's life is so busy at the moment, fantasy football comes right at the bottom. I said to Dan and I've said to Jason off air that fantasy football in my life is right at the bottom. But I enjoy doing things like this. They're fun. But it's not the forefront of my mind, so to speak. I'm just enjoying, I'm just doing what I want to do now. I'm not going to lie, like the last 2 seasons, it's almost like I've been swayed by the chat. Like, just for argument's sake, it would be, shall I do this -4 to bring in X, Y and Z? No, don't do it. All right, I won't do it then. And then that -4 comes through. It's like G-Wiz always says, #play your own game. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. And like I say, for me personally, I think another part of the enjoyment is the fact that I have chosen to do these bets. I've chosen, I've gone out my way to go, do you know what? If it doesn't happen, then I lose money. But at least I haven't lost the points. However, if it does come through, whoop-de-doo, I've won a couple of pounds. You know, this particular gaming that's just gone, I always seem to end up putting down £13.50. So the last 2 game weeks, I've put £13.50 down of bets, fantasy bets, and I've won back, I think on the first one was like £6 something. And this particular week, it was Jota coming through anytime goal, Ronaldo anytime assist, and Gallagher anytime assist. And I've won back £7 something. So like I said, I'm about 40 to 50% down on my bets. But whatever, because ironically, talking of psychology, Vince, the irony is, of course, that the points that I'm getting paid out on, but my players that I'm choosing are also coming through. It's really weird. Really weird season. And like I say, whatever Jason does, I bet on it. I don't care. And like I say, if it comes through, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's a great way of just kind of like easing. I know that somebody tagged Booner in a tweet. I can't remember specifically what it was, but Booner was like, oh, what decision shall I make? Should it be it was Coolio Two-Foot, I think it was. Should I do this or should I do that? And Coolio Two-Foot says, well, why don't you just do what I do? As in, Steve-O. Put 50p on it. Done. Happy days. You're always going to be happy. I know that sounds really convoluted and weird, but that's how I see it as. But yeah, I'm just like I say, I'm just kind of like just enjoying the ride and everything. No, I didn't. Vince, I don't think I think I've won one bet on Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that was for a goal because someone captained him. That wasn't this week; it was the week before. Someone captained him, and I put money on it, and it came through. So, and they're doing really, really well at the moment, which is great. Who's that there? I have a better overrun than who? Great, the flaming chats. Oh no, there it is. Podner. Yeah, you definitely have a better, yeah. Yeah, just enjoy the game, not the scores or the rank. Nah, not when you got a rivalry. Not when you got a rivalry, Fozzie. I'm not going to lie, Slough's a big place. I keep saying that to my brother. I just keep saying whatever it may be, and then I just go, winners. Yeah? So, anyhow, I think I'm going to call it a morning. I've spoken enough now. I can't believe that's been going on for an hour and 20 minutes. But as ever, thanks everybody for watching. So, just to let people know, you never know, I may have had a message from him. I'll just quickly check. See if there's a message come through, and the answer is no. I have messaged Jason about the Super Cup. So, for anybody interested in the Super Cup, we have now opened up the forms for the game. So, basically, if you want to participate in this year's Super Cup, now, again, I will make this point clear. It is based on, let's get real here, how much of a community member you are, whether that's streams or in Discord. And I'll bring it up on the screen here once I even know what I'm doing, which I never do. Right, let's just is that up on screen? Yep, right. So that's that there. So if you go on our Discord, link is in the description. Always the same. And then on the left hand side, one of the menus is Super Cup chat. And for anybody that doesn't know, Brew put up a post, so did Firetog. Everyone, if you're interested in the Super Cup this year, please use the following form to sign up, and that's above there. So all you got to do, internet, it's easy, email, it's easy, isn't it? Just click on that link, and you'll be able to do whatever you need to do regarding the entry form, and then me and Jason will hopefully be having a moderator meeting regarding the Super Cup, and then we can take it from there. John, I was talking about you. Earlier. As your match predictions are normally pretty spot on, you should have a few results. Actually, funny you say that, John. Hello, One Life Soccer. Funny you say that, John. I missed out on what I was so angry. It was the Southampton-Norwich game. So what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do for every accumulator is do under-over. And this particular game week that's just gone by, I did the Norwich-Southampton game to have under 2.5 goals. And of course, friggin' Norwich come through with that second goal in the last 5 minutes or whatever. If that had stayed 1-1, I would have flaming won 17 quid. I know it's not much, but to me it's money which is going to make me into a large profit. I was absolutely gutted, mate. And I was saying in the start of the stream that the one thing that I pride myself on is like usually predicting how the game week will kind of go. And yeah, gutted, mate. Hello, Cinnamon. Hello, Cinnamon. I'm in the bath, Brett Dog is saying. In the bath. Well, Harbour Boy is still watching this. Well, ooh-la-dee-da. As Mo Shizlak. Mo Shizlak is there. I was saying about your team, John. I'll just bring it up again quickly. But I was saying about your team, essentially, that you're in an excellent position. All you've got to do is bring in, I think it's Smith Rowe, isn't it? Hello, Matt. Morning, pal. Good day, mate. is FPL Dare here, by any chance? Let me tell you something, mate. Terrible. Yeah, you're in a really, really good position, John. I was looking at your team earlier. And it is going to be. I was making the point that your position is so good for this specific game week that you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything at all. You could literally just sit on Chilwell and go, you know what? Let's have keep this team for the midweek, and then look at what's going on in game week 14. Have my 2 free transfers, because people like me, we've done the -8, fine, whatever, I've done it. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the team. But you, on the other hand, John, Smith Rowe, in for Chilwell, done. You've still got your 4-3-3. Cancelo, good fixture. Okay, you've got Antonio playing again, whatever. There's a chance that Cancelo gets something, attacking-wise, even if Antonio scores. But your team is set up brilliantly for this specific game week to not have to do anything. Now, if you want to panic, so to speak, because of money and get rid of Chilwell for, I actually said the point, I think you are going to do Chilwell to Alonso. I think that's what you're going to do. Because you're weak. That is, Fozzie, an Office quote. Which scene, though? That's because you're weak. What flaming bit is that? If there's an Office fan out here, please tell me what that scene is. That's because you're weak. But no, I think that Alonso or someone else's Rudiger, I think I said as well, could be a good move. I think a -8 is now a -4 because of the midweek games. Possibly. I think that, like I say, I'm happy to have my team as it is. Ah, you son of the bitch. You son of the bitch. I'm on Kane Watch this week. I'll be honest with you, John. As much as I agree with you, I'll put up my team now. Again, I was referencing what you said. I referenced what you said to me the other day about, is Kane worth captaining, or is it just having him alone is good enough? Well, I think having him alone is good enough, in my opinion. Because that's what it's about. It's opinions. You gotta have your own opinion these days, as JR says. I'm happy with Kane. I think that despite the fact that what I saw of him against Leeds wasn't exactly encouraging, per se. There are a couple of opportunities where I'm thinking, you know what, if it had gone in, yeah, I win money, but I ain't got him in. So I just think, it's done. I've got him in for Ronaldo. The move is to get Kane in for Ronaldo, and that's why the likes of Cy Bellamy, the best, is probably going to do that move, I think. Having Kane in for Ronaldo, and that's all he's got to do for free. But I think Kane Watch is very, very interesting, John. I think that, like I say, from your point of view, I don't know how you're going to fit him in, though. Let me just quickly look at your team again. So how you fit him in, how much money do you have? Nothing. You've got 1.2 in the bank. How do you get him in? That's your problem, John. You can't do it for free. You've got a problem. You've got a problem there, John. If you're doing Kane Watch, how are you going to get him in? Because you've got to do it for a hit, but who do you take out? You ain't taking out Salah. Forget it. Okay, you could downgrade Chilwell to a 4.5. And you make what, $1 million? Let's just say $1 million. So that gives you $2 million. Well, you still got to take a hit to bring in Kane. And then it'd be I can guarantee you're going to get rid of Antonio or Tony. Well, John, mate, I think this dream of getting Harry Kane, you're going to have to get rid of 2 of your strikers. I think you're in a bit of a pickle, mate. I think you haven't really thought this through. Because you're keeping James, you're keeping Trent, you're keeping Cancelo. They aren't moving from your team. You'd be willing to get rid of Son. Nah, mate, I think you... I'm going to do a Jason here. I think you've lost the plot. I think you've lost the plot. But you can downgrade Son to any midfielder you want. Because it's all the cheapies coming through that are doing really well. The likes of, like I say, Gallagher, Cornet. Well, I'm just thinking of my own players, but you know, you've already got Smith Rowe, you've got the likes of Saka. I think that downgrading Son could be a bit, yeah. But if you're wanting Kane in, what does, John, just of interest while you're here, what does Kane have to do to be like, right, I've got to get him in? What does he have to do against Burnley? Does he not have to score but look on it? Or does he have to, or does he, if he does score, does he have to score and look on it? Because there's no point in just scoring a goal and it's just like a penalty out of nothing. Very interesting. I had Cinnamon saying, I had Kane as captain this game week. Oh, God. That was a little disappointing, but I reckon if Lukaku comes back flying easy. Yeah, I agree. Lukaku, in fact, John, I'm on Lukaku watch. I'm on Lukaku. If Lukaku was fit, I wouldn't have done the Kane move. It would have been Lukaku watch for me. Because then it would have been Lukaku versus Kane. But it's just the fact that Lukaku, he's not fully fit or whatever. And like I say, Kane's fixtures are sublime. Let's be real here. They're really, really good. So, yeah, Rommel. Kane's mind is on Man City, just in case they come back. Forget it. Didn't Conte came out and he said that he's looking a bit overweight? Said he's looking a bit overweight. Needs to cut a few pounds. Or in Arnold Schwarzenegger's case, in Pumping Iron. He says, where's the effect of, yeah, get some cheesecake down me, add a few pounds to me. What a moment. What a legend. Yeah, fascinating. Absolutely fascinating what John Harris is going to do. And like I say, when it comes to like the Rivals League and stuff, it's always very, very interesting to see these movers and shakers. But so just to clarify what I've done, just for people that are tuning in now live as I go away, I did a -8, Kane, Smith Rowe and Trent in for Chilwell. Ronaldo and Foden. What's that there? Yeah, exactly. Cinnamon saying City won't go for Kane if he doesn't start firing. There's strikers out there who shouldn't be outscoring. Yeah, that's what apparently Conte has said. Kane's a bit overweight. I was listening to TalkSport yesterday, and good old Hawksby and Jacobs. Karma baby. I highly recommend that you watch the beginning of this show, because I was when I say slagging you off, I don't mean that in even joking. I mean I was slagging you off, mate. So please watch the start of the stream. I think you'll enjoy it, mate. Nice score for you last week. Well done. I told you this would be your year. Sorry, I can't stay. Just popped in between lessons. Yeah. You watch that beginning opening when I go live, mate. Honestly, Karma baby, it's dedicated to you. Clip it and tweet out. Gameweek 15. It would be Gameweek 15 captaincy option of the Game Appeals. John is saying, great transfer. They could pay off this week, but definitely over the next 3. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm really happy with the team, Matt. Like, really happy with the team that I've got there. I think it's superb. A bit gutted about Chelsea, but I can easily swap Diaz out for a Chelsea defender. Simple. That is probably going to be the plan. But for now, I'm really happy with the Man City's coverage. Really? Do I really want to get rid of them? Aston Villa, Watford, Wolves, Leeds, Newcastle, Leicester, Brentford. Do I really want to get rid of them? Whereas Chelsea, again, we know how good they are. Watford away, West Ham, Leeds, Everton, Wolves. It's not the greatest of fixtures, but, Chelsea are Chelsea. They can get a clean sheet against literally anybody. But for me, John, it's the Alonso captaincy. It's the Alonso watch for me. Spurs against Norwich, Game week 15. Why can't you just keep Son and captain him? I'm already hearing the fear, John. The fear in your voice. Because interestingly, no one in the Rivals League. Everyone in the Rivals League. So we got Curio 2-foots at the top. No Kane. But I don't think he cares. You've then got Stex. These are your direct rivals, John, as well. Stex. He's got Harry Kane and Son. Lino definitely hasn't got Harry Kane. Nope. And in fact, he can't get in Harry Kane unless he goes for a hit. This is why it's so interesting. And then you've got Sniper King from Discord. He ain't got Harry Kane. And he can't bring him in. And you can't bring him in. That's really interesting. So actually, as it stands right now, Stex has got a small card in his hand just ahead of you, John, with Kane. He's got that small little hand ahead of you. So, really interesting. Really interesting. I'd not waste a transfer on Diaz personally whilst they have good fixtures. No, you don't need to. I wouldn't be bringing in Diaz. Forget. If you've got Diaz, just keep him. But forget bringing him in. Forget it. That's a good one, actually. Regulon. I mean, I how much is he? 5.4 now, I'm guessing. At a random guess, he's 5.4. Just quickly check. Regulon. Oh, right, it's 5.1. So that could be the move. Bringing in Regulon. 1 goal, 2 assists this season. Admittedly, that 1 goal this week was spurious, but whatever. He got it. He got it. I'm again. I think if you've got Tottenham assets, just hold on to them. If you really want to bring them in, then you're going to have to go down the route of having a hit. Really interesting stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to clear off. Thanks, everybody, for joining in this impromptu early morning stream. Me and Jason should be back tomorrow. tomorrow evening for our standard 6 p.m. preview show. Just hear Jason's thoughts, really, and just I can't believe how time flies when me and Jason do the streams together. So looking forward to that. And yeah, usual story. Hit that sub button, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, whatever. As always, thanks for watching, and follow us on Twitter at Elite FPL. Of course, join that Discord. Join that Discord for the Super Cup chat. There we are, done. That's all the admin. Not exactly as free flowing, but anyway. See you later. Take it easy.